Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Shed of Dread, and let's get straight into it. But before we do, if you would be so kind, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. It'd be much appreciated. Any case, let's get on to it. Essex schoolgirls sexually assaulted in gender-neutral toilets. Exclusive, the teenage boys' alleged attacks occurred just as the Department of Education readies its transgender guidance. Yeah, when we say leave our kids alone, you know, safe spaces for women. This is what we're on about. This is what gives the opportunity to occur. The school has called the police in over allegations that female pupils were sexually assaulted in the gender-neutral lavatories. The teenage boy has been arrested over the 4 allegations of serious sexual assault at an Essex school. The Daily Telegraph understands three of the alleged attacks took place in lavatories used by boys and girls. Why this is acceptable, I don't know. They're separate for a reason, and this is why they need to be separate for a reason. This is why it's safe spaces for women. Don't buy this transgender stuff. And this is what happened when people are rushing to accept the new lunacy that is available at this present moment in time. You rush to do something without even thinking about the potential problems it may occur. The case has led MPs, campaigners to question the safety of mixed-sex lavatories. Well, I don't even understand why they're there in the first place. It's obvious. And changing room days before the government is expected to release its transgender guidance for schools. Here's some guidance. Don't do it. Yeah, it's simple. Let them use the disabled toilet if they have to. That they shouldn't be allowed in. The guidance is expected to say that students should not be allowed to use facilities designed for the opposite sex, but the advice on mixed-sex lavatories remains unclear. Then don't fucking have them. Get rid of them. They're a waste of time. They're stupid. And this was always going to happen. This is why when men putting on a wig and walking into a bathroom because they want to be a woman, this is the shit that can happen. Now, before we go any further, that's not every single transgender person. And that's not every single boy or girl. Obviously, it's an exception. But the simple truth of the matter is, if you give these people who are clearly mentally sick, the opportunity to do what they want to do, then what do you expect? No impact assessment report. The school, which has not been named by the Daily Telegraph to protect the identity of the victims, fair enough, no problem with that, had not carried out an impact assessment of the provision of gender-neutral lavatories. Why do you need to do it? If you put boys and girls in the same bathroom, this shit's going to happen. It's called biology. It's not stupid. I mean, why? You don't need a flipping assessment. You can't put boys and girls in the same changing rooms and in the same toilets and expect it not to be a problem. And if you don't think that's a problem, you're a retard. Sorry, but there's something wrong with you. He could not answer questions on whether other lavatories which are designed designated male or female could be accessed on the basis of biological sex of the pupil or the pupil's gender identity, because no. If it's a woman, if it's a girl, it goes in the girls. If it's a boy, it goes in the boys. And that definition for me is you are a transgender female if you've had the surgery. None of these kids will have had surgery. It's just a phase they're going through. No. End of. You don't need a written policy. Stop being an idiot. This is just people waiting for somebody else to tell them what to do so they can't have blood on their hands when it all goes wrong. That's what this is. Cowards. Cowards running schools and organisations because they just won't go, no. If they go, yeah, but no, it's not happening. Especially in a school. Come on now. Really? Miriam Cates, a Tory MP and former teacher, said gender-neutral facilities are a threat to the safety of women and girls. I completely and utterly agree with that, because they create a private space hidden from public view where assaults cannot be witnessed. Because, of course, you can't install a CCTV camera in there because you're not allowed to do that either, are you? Whilst, of course, the vast majority of males do not mean females any harm, absolutely correct, 100%. It's 99.99% of boys are not going to do any harm to girls. Unfortunately, there's always that 0.01% that will, and that's what causes the problem. The few who do will inevitably seek to take advantage of the opportunity that gender-neutral facilities present to commit offences. Apparently, you need an impact assessment. No, you just used to have to use your brains. I hope very much that the new DfE guidance will make it clear that gender-neutral facilities are a safeguarding risk and should not be allowed in schools. I don't even know why they were giving them in the first place. Really? Schools are required to provide separate lavatories for children aged 8 and over, but recent reports by the Policy Exchange think tank found that 28% were failing to do so. Well, of course they are. Mixed-sex facilities raise concerns. There have been a number of concerns raised with mixed-sex facilities, including after a female pupil was injured in Coventry, just up the road from me, where a schoolboy kicked open a door in the unisex lavatories. Where, I mean, before we go any further, where in the logic of these people did they not see the shit that this would cause? I mean, this is the problem with wokeness and political correctness and bending the knee to any minority who screams the loudest. You're just asking for this to happen. The Essex School has a number of lavatories which are designated for use by boys or girls and one set of cubicles in an open suite that are not designated and can be used by either sex. And what a surprise. These have always been gender neutral. No such thing. You're either a boy or a girl. You're not gender neutral. Don't care what you say. I'm not interested. Two genders. End of. But new signs put on earlier this year, sources said, the school is not required by law to carry out an equality impact assessment on mixed sex facilities. No, you use your common fucking sense. I know it's a thing that went walking 15 years ago, but you know, come on. Bit of brains in ya. But last night, campaigns questioned how it could show that it had been considered safe when they do not have a written policy. You don't need a written policy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Stephanie Davis Harris, founder of Transgender Trend, said gender neutral means mixed sex, and that means that you're not able to safeguard girls. Correct. We need a preventive strategy. It's no good waiting for these assaults to take place and punishing the perpetrator, but the policies that the schools are implementing at the moment are the opposite of preventative. Of course they are. And the thing is, you could see that without even doing any of this. It's not rocket science, is it? Schools need to show they consider the impact on all people protected by the Equality Act, and they cannot then, and if they can't, then they should leave them open to legal challenges from parents. This is going to happen. Schools are going to start getting sued. Essex police spokesman said, we are currently investigating reports of sexual assaults which are believed to have occurred at school in Essex. A boy under 16 has been arrested but has since been bailed with conditions. We are working closely with the school and local authorities while inquiries on this investigation continue, which is standard procedure. An Essex County Council spokesman said they are working closely with Essex Police and the relevant authorities regarding the safeguarding matter at the school. Safeguarding? No. He sexually assaulted people, allegedly. We are supporting the leadership at school and will provide additional support to the school community if required. Or close the mixed changing rooms and toilets. Use your brain. The school has communicated with parents and carers and has offered support. I bet the parents told you not to have that, but you didn't listen, did you? Due to the ongoing police investigation, the school is unable to comment on specifics around what they are doing in response to the allegations. Why? They could just say we've now closed that section. However, the school are taking all allegations extremely seriously and will always review policies and safeguarding procedures following the safeguarding matters such as this. Close the toilets then. It's that simple. The school has complied with all statutory requirements regarding toilet facilities which are covered by their overarching safeguarding policies, it was said. What? So you allow boys and girls to go to the toilet at the same time and didn't expect there to be a problem? Really? Oh, dear Lord. Nick Fletcher MP last night called for single-sex spaces to be protected by the Department of Education in their upcoming guidance. Why are we creating an issue that we do not need to create? Well, yeah, exactly. This is what we're doing by placing boys and girls in changing rooms and toilets or vice versa. Exactly. It's not rocket science, is it, gentlemen? Our job is supposed to take a risk away, but our policies are actually increasing it. Well, of course. This isn't to say that all boys or men are a threat. Well, let's be honest, for the last, 10 years, we have demonized and, attacked especially white boys and boys in general, that they're just nothing and they are a threat. So what do you expect? But we should prevent the possibility of something bad happening. Yeah, So why are they still open? Why were they built? Vicky Ford, a neighbouring Essex MP who campaigns on children's safety issues, said safeguarding the children in the school is number one priority, and I know that Essex Police will be treating this extremely seriously. Yeah, and if you're doing children's safety issues, why are you not going, why is that toilet open? So when we say, leave our children alone, and when we say that women deserve their own safe spaces, this is what we mean. And this will only get worse and worse and worse until finally common sense kicks in. Now, I'm not saying that all transgender people are evil. I'm not saying all boys are evil. I'm not saying any of that at all, because it's simply not true. But if you do this, if you allow men to put on wigs and walk into female toilets, there was a clip. While I'm talking, I'll see if I can find the clip on Twitter. This kind of stuff's going to happen if you have mixed sex toilets, open toilets that anyone can go into. Really? It's just not right. It really isn't. And let's be honest, this was always going to happen. And everybody was just, and people have been getting vilified and attacked for it, and screamed and shouted at it and called transphobic and all this sort of stuff and homophobic. It's not. It really isn't. Because we can all see the possibility that something like this was going to happen. It was, without doubt, something that was really obviously going to happen. But we have to bend our knee to the tiny, tiny minority who jump up and down, scream and shout, and, give us what we want, give us what we want. It's just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. But we're not surprised. So I'm desperately trying to find this little clip. I'm sure I'll find it in a minute. Probably when I finished scrolling down. What's this? Breaking news. I don't know what about that. I found it. There you go. I'll play it with the sound off so I don't get too much trouble. There you go. You have a gentleman in a dress with a massive stinking hard on, waiting in the girls' toilets, as it says here. Turns his camera phone around, ready to take pictures. There you go. So he's just put a wig on. As you can see quite clearly, he's quite happy about there. Oh, look, it's another perverted male in a skirt in a woman's bathroom. This is why women should have their free spaces. This is why there shouldn't be mixed toilets in schools. There. Any case, I'm finished with that one. As you can see, my social media is up above. You can always catch me on either Facebook or on Twitter. If you enjoyed this video, as I said at the beginning, you can always feel free to subscribe. You can also like and share. There is a comment section down below. You can always use that. With that, I'm done. And all you need to do is to just get out of the shed. Now go on. Just go.